What is up? This is going to be a trade recap for 23rd February 2026. I'm not going to be hard on myself. I'm just going to actually analyze what I did wrong, what I did right, and grow from it, like learn from it. So let's get it. I'm going to open trading view right now. It's right here. Okay. What I was actually looking at the price. When we go to the 15-minute time frame. So, first of all, what are we actually looking at, right? So we got an external high, an internal high. This is an internal. This is an internal. Internals. Internal. Internal lows, and then final draw on liquidity, which is external low. So this is point A. This is point B. So if we put a fib into this range, we can expect the price to retest 75% of that range and then go back up, probably hit another 75% data and come back down. So that was the whole market market analysis that I had today. So I basically marked up this range right here. As you can see, we didn't actually sweep the 75%, but we already started pushing up. And again, I'm gonna put another fib for this internal high to internal low. As you can see, we are rejecting off the 75% and almost 75%. And we have a 15-minute fair value gap, which is rejecting instantly. And on top of it, as you can see, we have a sweep above London high after New York Open. So New York Open sweeping London high and then giving us a market structure shift. So which is the price is about to go down. So we sweep up this lows, and also we got an 15-minute inversion right here, another 15-minute inversion, as you can see, another one right here. So this is all like higher time frame confidence that I take for myself. I don't know about the model, but this is what I've been doing, and it's giving me good results. So as you can see, right again, we have an internal high sweep after New York Open, and we got a 5-minute inversion and a 5-minute fair value gap right here. So basically, what is the price is saying? I'm gonna go bearish. What do we have here? London low is pending, Asian low is pending. So, and also we still have the 75% of that range, and then this external low. If the price is aggressively closing below this, then probably price ended up gonna end up taking Friday's New York low. So that was the whole ideology about this whole day. But how did I mess it up? So first things first, I was bearish. I found out that I'm gonna be bearish. Now I went to 1 minute time frame. This is where all the magic happens, right? So I was patiently waiting like a good boy. And as you can see, we got a break of structure right here, break of structure right here, and a huge fair value gap. And at that moment, that was a breakaway gap. So once this fair value gap created, I entered right at the next candle and keeping my stops about that high right there. Where was my stop? My first initial stop loss was this. The reason taking an entry after fair value gap being created, if the price wanna go up, my risk is very less that I can actually flip my bias and then go for bullish entries. If the price action is actually obviously saying me to go buy and stuff. So that was the whole ideology behind it. So why did I reduce my risk is the reason because uh, reason because this London low right here. We don't have like a proper low, something like this. We don't have a proper low for London, right? So I wanted to like see a sweep or a candle close below London low. So that's when I'm gonna break even, right? So once that happened at the particular moment, it was a bearish candle, and I thought this is going to be a fair value gap and stuff. So I reduced my risk 50%, which is on exactly on top of that fair value gap right there. So my risk was reduced, and still my reward is going to be very huge, which is previous day's New York low. But as you can see, the first loss got my head, and I was like, okay, so what up now? Like, are we gonna go bullish or bearish? So for me to go bullish, I want to see an inversion of this fair value gap, which is pretty awesome, right? So once this got inversed, and I obviously know this is going to be the drawn liquidity. So New previous days New York low, or at least to Asian low. So that is my whole ideology, right? Like at least New York lows, at least Asian lows going to get swept or previous days New York low. So which is Friday's New York low. So I was like actually expecting the price to go lower. And as you can see right here, I got into an entry after that inversion right there at that white color candle. So I was in a bit of a drawdown. And one thing that I had in my mind, this is 75% and price rejecting. So whatever the time frame it is, it's gonna be a 4 hour time frame. I mean it don't have to be a 4 hour time frame. It don't have to be a daily time frame, or like probably even 15 minute time frame. Every single time frame is going to go at as the same. So even if you take 15 seconds candle, it's going to be the same. It's going to be 30 seconds, going to be the same. So everything's going to be the same, right? So that's the only thing. As you can see, like I'm not joking, right? Like I'll just say, I'll just tell you, this is 75%, and where is exactly price rejecting 50 to 75 right there. So let me say again, how much fib right there? Where is the price rejecting 75% right there? So this is the only confidence that I had, right? Like the reason for me to like go short or probably hold this trade a little bit more. So as you can see, I had my stop loss about that final swing high, and then price gave me 1:1 almost, I guess. Once price gave me 1:1, I break even that trade right there, and I got stopped out at break even. This is where my confidence is literally got shattered, and I was like, it is like a shock to me, and I felt the shock actually. I was not feeling good about anything. I was not feeling good about why I got stopped out, how I got stopped out. And I started thinking, am I going to blow this gun? And I started thinking, am I going to blow this gun? And basically, even if I would have, or even if I would have, I couldn't have done it today because of one thing. I have my daily loss limit marked up, and I cannot lose more than that. And I was like, okay on it. Even if this was a bad day, I can come back tomorrow, right? So like that is the reason why I took this final trade. Had how much was my risk? 0.5%, which is $250 on this trade. My risk was $250 on this trade, and I banked almost a good amount. 1:2.25. The reason for me to close exactly at this point, this is a huge displacement. I had my take profit right here. This is a huge displacement. Right? Once I saw that, once if you go to the left, what you can actually see is here is we got a breaker block exactly resting there. And also that is 75% of that range. So I kind of got, okay, let me say what if the price reversed from here. As you can see, this happened before, right before when I got stopped out of break-even. So I moved my stop loss to my initial loss, how much I lost here. I moved my loss 28 points again, plus 28 points, and I just was holding this trade, and I couldn't actually control the emotions. Once the price came back down to this low again, I closed my position manually, and then I eventually got to my take profit. And one more thing I could actually notice here is that this trade didn't even come near my favorite, I mean, stop loss. So what actually made me do this? I could have just completed the trading in second trade, in my second trade. I probably should have held that second trade until take profit or stop loss get triggered. I was constantly telling the same thing to myself, and I'm gonna wait for the price to hit my take profit or either my stop loss. That was the whole motivation, the whole thing about this trade. But I eventually break even that trade, and I was like, okay, I made a mistake again. Okay, what I can do now is rectify it. So the reason for me to go for the third trade is because, as you can see, as I was saying, 75%, and then price is rejecting off that zone right here, right at this inversion. So, and also we still have the drawn liquidity pending, and then so we still have the Asian low too, Asian low and previous day's New York low. So which had a clear, good conviction, clear direction where the price is actually going. But this film might have been like a bad one, but I don't really regret what I did today. I did good today. And once I got this break of structure in a fair value gap, I mean, after looking at this rejection and stuff, I was actually happy and okay, price is gonna go eventually down. And all I need to do is just wait for it to hit my take profit or the stop loss. And one more thing, I made myself what to say, one more thing is that I convinced myself to actually take these kind of trades because this is the exact same thing that I'm doing in backtesting. When I do backtest, I don't really remember what I did this week or what trades that I took this week. So it is basically going to be as brand new as I'm looking at the chart right now. So so that's what I need to apply. I just did what I did in backtesting, and here is the result. And this might have gone wrong, by the way, but in God's grace, probably I got a good result. So yeah, I still feel so incomplete. I don't know why. Maybe this was the target that I was expecting the price to go, but yeah, eventually, like I couldn't do it. So I'm happy and I'm good with the profits I made today. So, anyways, that is up for the trade recap. And yeah, as always, believe in yourself. Never give up on yourself. Never ever stop believing in yourself. That would be the most dumbest thing you can ever do in your life. Invest the time in yourself. Believe in yourself. Invest the time in you. You will eventually see the results, and you would do it. So I'm a living proof, trying to correct myself every single day. And eventually I get to a point where I correct myself completely, not even if not completely, constantly be correcting. And probably I can always say, teach, be teachable. And when you don't know nothing to do, when you don't have any ideas, just take your pen and start clicking it. So that's when the spark hits and you're gonna create something new. Who knows? You can create a band that's going to be bigger than Adidas or Nike one day. So that's about it. And never stop believing in yourself. Keep going, Anima. Always believe in God. So, Anima, adios.